Hi guys, welcome back on my YouTube channel. Today I want to make a video about Taylor. It's gonna be an update and I'm gonna explain you some tips that I just discovered on this boss and how can you do very decent score on this boss with this composition. Let's go.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
So guys, before to explain you how this team works, I want to tell you something important about Water Morgan and Frost Morgan. And I feel like no people really mention that, but it is something important if you want to optimize the damage from Morgan in a Frost relic. Um, you all know this passive square of thorns. This is why which is mainly why we use Morgan, because she can land the defense decrease 2 and also the damage taken increase 3. But the problem is that she also has damage taken increase 2 on her has skill 2, and it lasts for 3 turns. It means that sometime, maybe you don't notice that, but this debuff overrides this debuff. You can't have more than 2 debuffs of damage taken in increase 3, and so the priority can change on the number of the turns. And it means that if you have one damage taken increase 3 for only one turn, then the damage increase 2 from the passive will override this debuff. Let me show you. So right here, if I use the skill here. So now the boss has damage taken 3 and death down. So if I reset the passive, this is basically what you're gonna need to do on Frost Morgan. This is why we play her. We want to have use of this passive. Problem is that now she has the damage taken entry 3 and the div down. So if I use the skill 2, then the damage taken increase 3 will override this damage taken, and I don't want that. As you can see, I got the damage taken increase 3 from the passive, but damage taken increase 2 from the skill 2 override the last damage taken increase 3 that I got at the first turn. So I lost the damage taken increase 3 for the damage taken increase 2. And so I'm gonna lose some damage. The conclusion of that is, if you want to use Frost Morgan properly, then you're gonna need to spam the skill 1. So basically, the skill holder that you want to use on Frost Morgan is, and there you can see right here, I got 2 damage taken increase through 2. And this is basically what I want. So the skill order setting that you're gonna need to use on Frost Morgan is this one. You can't use the skill 2 on Frost Morgan if you want to have 2 different damage taken increase 3 on the boss. And as I said, you want to have use of this mechanic on Morgan. You want to stack the damage taken increase 2 and the defense down 2 on the boss. And also, if you spam the skill 3, it will help you to, it will also buff attack all the team. And so that's why if you use skill 1 there, then You will be able to stack the damage in case 3, and also you will manage much more easily your vigor during the fights. So this is a very important part, and uh, it's gonna be the same for all the different content that you're gonna do with Frost Morgan. That's why I think it is important to share this information, and it is important for you to understand how does the debuffs work on the boss, because it can be true for any other champs that use the similar mechanic. So let's look now exactly what should you do during the fight. So exceptionally with Morgan, at the beginning of the fight, you will use the skill 2. Then after you can press auto. Let me check skill all the settings. So you will spam skill 2 on Caleb and Archer. 2 skill 3, 1 skill 1 on Morgan. Skill 1, skill 2 on Turin. You may have to play manually Turin to sometimes use the skill 3 to secure the fight. And you're gonna need to simply spam skill 2 on Red. What could I say about this tip? Yeah, something important to explain to you guys. It is about the hit accuracy. It is needed to have some hit accuracy during the fight against the bosses from Hell Half Conquerors, especially if you start to deal a lot of damage on the bosses. More you're gonna deal damage, more difficult it's gonna be to hit or land the different debuffs. That's why some people use hit accuracy herbs on the champ. On this team, for this team, it is not needed simply because you have Mark on the boss from Everett, so you will reduce the evasion, and um, for Caliban after he has these buffs, he will increase his accuracy by 40%. So he will never miss. It doesn't matter mark or not mark or evasion decrease the buff, whatever. This guy will never miss any hits. Um, so as I said, with normally with mark debuff, you should not have issue about hit accuracy. So I could even use skill 1, at least for the beginning of the fight, because the boss is not doing that much damage. Now, but as I said, more you deal damage on the boss, more it's gonna be difficult to tank or land the buffs or hit. The global stats of the boss highly increase during the fight. So we start to buff defense again with Turin. Oh, je viens de faire la vidéo là, me parle pas. Okay, so here I'm gonna start to play manually because I need to secure the fight. I will use skill 3 of Turin, and then it should be okay now. Okay. Yeah, it can happen sometime that you're gonna die because of these things, because you can't control the target of the boss, and sometime it could happen that attack two random enemies one that, so it could happen that he focus only one enemy. So most of the time if it happens, then you're just gonna die. Wait, I think I'm gonna use skill 3 one more time with Turin, and then it should be okay, I guess. Well, I'm gonna use the skill 1. It can help because it can reduce the attack on the boss. Okay, sadly. Okay, so I survived. This is the most important, and now I can use the basic skill holder now. I got one more turns to heal back all my champs. Should be okay with Turin. Okay, and then I will have to play manually again now. So I will try to land the attack decrease. I'm gonna use Q2. The problem is that when you reset, I mean, when you do that trick on Morgan, you also lose all of the different buffs that she got from Turin. That's why if she got focused, she takes a lot of damage. But I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, if he focuses Archer, it's much better. I'm gonna use skill 3 on Turin to secure again. But the most difficult things to tank is the first 2 hits of the boss. Okay, one more time. Okay, perfect. So I think I secured the fight until the next overload state. Okay, sadly he attacked again my Morgan. So I will have to maybe use one skill. Okay, didn't land the attack debuffs. I hope I'm gonna. So as I said, I lost to Morgan because sadly the RNG have this boss. Well, you can't, as I said, you can't control this skill. But well, I'm not gonna make another fight, to be honest. I'm a bit lazy. I think I explained everything that you're gonna need to know to make this team. And well, as you can see, uh, it depends on the RNG. You can't control the skill of the boss and the RNG from the skills. So sometimes it can happen that you will simply die, like I just died with Morgan. So let's check the geo now. This is what looks like the geo on Caliban Archers. You're gonna need to have that kind of stats, a lot of critical strike damage and attack. I feel like the best combination possible is to play with crit damage set and Ascension, obviously. I'm using attack here, but maybe it should be better with attack speed. I don't know. I still need to make some tests. If you have the answer, don't hesitate to share it in the comments of this video. Focus set if you can. It is obviously the best set for the nuker. Morgana, let's speak about Morgana's match speed as possible in Vigo sets and some effect accuracy, obviously. Nothing more. Turin counter attack set can help, and Vigo set with as much HP as possible. And the other most important substat is the recovery. You want her to have as much recovery as possible. So I recommend you to use recovery as main stat on the magic hope, on the belts, and also on the ring. This is how you will highly increase the heal of Turin. And she's slow, so she will not play that much. That's why when she uses skill or heal, you want her to bring as much heal as possible. Everett, you're gonna need to have Vigo set on her and Domage set. Domage set is the set that I always pair with everything. Stats. So you don't need as much critical strike rate because you play her in flame relic and she has that sting and also these passives, so you should not get that much on critical strike rate. Attack on the ring. Also, I need to try attack speed. Attack speed is here. Attack. Pierce. You don't need that much effect accuracy because Turin will buff your team with the skill 2, effect accuracy increase, and defense increase. That's why you can't keep the effect accuracy stats on Everett. If you still need effect accuracy, then you should got these stats from the belts. But I don't have that much. As you can see, 12%, and it seems to be enough. During my fight, I don't see any resist on mark debuffs, so it should be okay because of Chewy. So this is all I got for you guys for this video. I hope you enjoyed to see and to see and to understand the different mechanic that I explained to you. If you like to see my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And so bye bye guys, enjoy the game, see you soon.